Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with version 8.4 release notes officially now being available on the website here, detailing what's coming up. But more importantly, this is the confirmation that Siege Battleworld is actually right around the corner here. In the Q&A, it was confirmed that it's going to likely be start of November, early November. So that's probably going to be the estimated timeline here, which means we still have a couple of weeks to prepare, guys. So make sure you stay up to date with this channel. I'll be releasing more content just in terms of how to best prepare, especially now that we know some of the confirmed teams. Obviously, we can min-max some of the synergies there. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what this patch does have, inclusive of all the details as well as upcoming bugs and corrections that they've also made fixes to, which is pretty meaningful. So, blast off with your alliance to confront the greatest threat to strike yet, Battleworld. This new PvE alliance game mode combines coordination, roster power, and strategy in a way that's never been seen before in Marvel Strike Force. Lay waste to waves of enemies in a series of important missions while sending key characters on spec op assignments. This is the passive aspect where you can actually assign your characters to, I think they're going to be earning individual victory points, but you obviously won't be able to use them in combat. Your Alliance's siege culminates in a massive coordinated boss battle against the Lord of the Abyss himself, Null. Victory on Battleworld will yield stockpiles of purple ISO-8 and character shards for Null, so gear up with your Alliance and prepare for Battleworld. Now guys, I want to pause it real quick because now that they're solidifying and ensuring that there is going to be a reliable way to release purple ISO-8, even for myself right now, I'm not that far away from unlocking Odin completely free to play, so it tells me that ISO-8 purple level 4 or level 5 is likely around the corner because they want to cement a way that we can actually farm this, and it makes sense. We know that the level 4 and the level 5 exist in the game as well, but obviously some of those certain crystals and ions aren't yet available. Well, this is going to be kind of the perfect segue to that. So they're probably solidifying a reliable and consistent game mode to actually earn purple ISO-8, and that way folks are going to have an avenue for that later on when they do open the floodgates there for the level 4 and level 5. Having said that, I'm very curious how this is going to be impacting alliances that are not as engaged, because obviously the more engaged you are in an alliance, the more active of an alliance you have, Siege Battleworld, you're going to be doing better in terms of those victory points and ultimately giving you more rewards for the purple ISO-8. So going to be very interesting to see what the dynamics going to look like, because we've already seen how raids work with a half active alliance, and it's not great. Some of the alliance milestones ultimately depend on how active you are, and if every player is engaged, it is a night and day difference between 12 out of 24 players, let's say. So I think we could see a reaping here of alliances because of that reason, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see how that looks. If they scale it based on maybe the number of players in your alliance, maybe they change up the victory points. That would be an interesting way to kind of accommodate that, but we will see in due time. Combat tooltip improvement. So it looks like there is a new addition here. Long pressing on a character's positive effects, negative, or health bar during the battle, it opens up a new and improved combat tooltip outlining the following points: current positive and negative effects on the character, ability energy, ability description, stats, base, and current. So I think we've seen a couple of these things already, but the ability energy is added, and I believe ability description, I don't know if that was there before. So it's nice information as a quality of life for folks learning of an enemy that they're up against, their kits, and so forth. So that is actually very meaningful. I hope this actually works in practice. Ability descriptions will only appear on player-owned characters, including enemies in PvP modes. Okay, that's what I was saying before. Like, it is useful to kind of understand the dynamics there. Enemy mission characters and mission-provided player characters will not display descriptions. Okay, interesting. So they're kind of hiding the PvE aspect. I wonder if that's because they obviously make those changes behind the scenes, scaling up characters based on the difficulty of certain modes. So that could be the reason there, but at least on the PvP aspect, you can actually use that as a way to understand the kit and obviously try to counter them. Bug fixes. So this is a nice laundry list of things that have been noted here. Personally, I haven't dealt with it, but we'll just go through the list on some of them because it does seem like some were working, some weren't, and they just wanted to make sure that we were aware. So profile loading screen was not centered on some devices. Okay, that's good. That is fixed. Revived characters were sometimes floating in the air. Okay, I definitely saw this one. Mission node information panels weren't updating after completing. Battling in Dark Dimension using a team composed of Bifrost and his guardians caused combat issues. Interesting. Just because, yeah, typically I wouldn't recommend Bifrost or his guardians, but a key notable character would be Val, so that is definitely one that would have probably impacted her. Some characters experience animation issues following the recent graphics upgrade. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this. Equipping a purple 8 ISO crystal after upgrading a character to T2 level 5 caused issues with the ISO-8 screen. Okay, and I've not seen that one. Segments of ore opening animation were overlapping. iOS devices were developing a new game assets before a player approved the download. Quick access icons became elongated when they were camera switching the side of the screen. Okay. Omega Sentinel's ultimate, Nanoblast, eliminated all enemies on the battlefield. Then her animation became stuck when another wave of enemies came. So now that folks are getting closer and closer to unlocking her, I don't think we would have seen this one, because most folks would probably only have like 40-50 shards of her. So that's good that they patched that up before, obviously, the free-to-play event coming. Mephisto was causing some enemies to improper refill, re-entering a raid or dark dimension node. So I think I for sure saw this one when I was going through the Mystic nodes with my Mephisto, and I was wondering about how they were actually recouping quite a bit of HP. So this is a good one. This is going to make the Mystic nodes easier, because now if you use Mephisto's ultimate with the permanent health damage, that should stick. Or at least it should prevent them from obviously refilling upon the re-entering of the node. Exhausted was not properly applied, being cleared after healing in Dark Dimension and raids. Okay, interesting. And then the daily reward button on the inbox screen is missing its sound effect. That's not really that important. Okay, there you guys have it. That is the patch 8.4 release notes. So guys, we will see in due time how this is going to look. But in the meantime, stay up to date, folks. I'm sure there's going to be some data mines actually coming maybe today, actually, now that I'm thinking about the version 8.4 release. So this is now available as a download from Android Play Store as well as iOS. So you should be able to upgrade it now. And I'm not sure if there's any new characters added just yet into the actual roster screen, but I know there's definitely some data mines already happening here with the Ancient One and in the upcoming new teams here, respectively, for the Astral team. So it's going to be interesting to see when they kind of infuse that into the game. But stay tuned, guys. Lots of content coming out, as well as Siege Battleworld. So I'm definitely going to stay on top of this as well. Thank you for your time, as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.